Adam, first question, how does that feel?
Good. Yeah, it feels good, and I'm just so proud of the players for how they've just for the amount of effort and work that they've put into that game there tonight, because it was a tough game against a good side, and scrappy game, very competitive, a lot of first, second balls, and we knew it would be a tight game and that set plays would be important because they're very, very good from them, particularly corners. We managed to execute one of our own corners, and in tight games, set plays are massive and usually the difference. And thankfully, we were the ones who scored it, and clean sheet and a big 3 points.
The goal, your goal, looked rehearsed. Really great run by Kyle into the box, and great execution, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's about details. Walks has called, set play. The lads have executed it brilliantly. The timing of the run by Macca, the execution and the delivery by Sam, but it's not just details at that end, it's details at the other, because there were probably two in the first half where they got blocks on, had headers round the back, and they're very, very good at it, and you've got to be switched on for 90 plus minutes, and I felt we were, even down to the detail of Jonah, knowing exactly where Samson went on his last penalty and saving it, and then getting up and saving the rebound. Thought he was outstanding tonight, and he has been on many occasions for us. But it was a real, resilient, organised and disciplined display in a game where there was a lot of pressure on us.
First half, again, very, very little in it, but I thought you actually had the better of the first half. The press, you were very, you were harrying them, weren't you? And they didn't like it, did they? Really?
Well, teams generally don't. If you get up to the ball, especially here where the pitch is a little bit lively, if you get up to the ball, you can force mistakes, and you can't allow the opposition to settle, in possession. If you give good players time, they're going to hurt you. I think the wind was a factor tonight. It was, much stronger in the first half than the second. I think that probably enabled us to have that little bit of territory and play higher up the pitch in the first half, and it certainly was something that they did, in the second half to us, where they were a little bit higher and had a bit more possession in our half of the pitch. But we felt that might leave us a bit of space and to maybe break on them, which we did a few times. But no, it was just a game where we needed to be really focused for 95, 96 minutes, defend well, and I think the players deserve a lot of credit for the performance tonight.
After what happened here in the previous home game, to put in a performance like that, you must be over the moon.
I am, because we've lost 1 in 14 games, 2 in 17. And that one that we lost against Scarborough, it hurt us all, and we should never have lost that game, but we did, and we addressed it. I think the way that the players have responded since then, because we should have won at Banbury, and to come here tonight against a team that's, let's have it right, they're always up in the top 6, 7. They obviously came here tonight fighting to get into the top 3, and we've had to perform. But I think for me, what made the performance and reaction so pleasing was, I thought it was incredibly quiet in here in the first half. I felt there was a lot of tension around the place. Obviously less numbers here than the last home game, and it's really difficult for players when there's a lack of atmosphere, especially in such a big game. And I think us managing to score that first goal so soon in the second half just gave everybody a little bit of a lift, and the lads, the supporters, then got right behind the players and helped us get across the line. So yeah, I'm just made up for the players, really, because I think they've been in unbelievable form, and we've had to be, and we still need to be, because until it's mathematically sorted, we have to keep fighting for every point we play for. But that was a big result for us tonight.
You mentioned Jonah. I mean, he's kept you in a few games this season, hasn't he? And some of the saves tonight in the second half, especially.
Yeah, but that's what he's paid to do.
Yeah.
He's paid to make saves. There's been a lot of games where he's not had much to do, but on the occasions when he has been called upon, he's usually equal to it. And he's, I've stood here before and said he's been outstanding since I came to this club, both on and off the pitch. He's a top guy. He's model professional, and some of the saves that he makes, his detail to his preparation. He's been superb.
The double save in particular was quite special, wasn't it? The fact, not just saving a penalty, he's had to react quickly to stop the follow-up.
Yeah, he has. It was, great double save. Disappointed that it weren't one of our players to the ball first, but he's got up and made a big second save, and got another well-earned clean sheet.
Saw you. There seemed to be a lot of relief from your side on the final whistle. Is that because or you feel you're nearly there? I know you say until it's mathematically impossible.
Well, we're certainly closer, aren't we? Because we've put a lot of pressure on the teams, beneath us now. That I don't really know exactly how the table lies tonight. If I'm being honest, I know the other results, but I haven't had a chance to look at the table. But there's got to be at least one side on 50 points, which means that they've got to win the last two games, and that's tough, but it's doable. So we've got to rest and recover now and prepare properly Thursday, Friday for another big game here on Saturday against Peterborough Sports.
You've played the top four here this season. You've taken points off all four. What does that tell you about the group?
That we've got something. But to be fair, like I just said, we've lost 2 in 17, so we've took points off a lot of teams. That's just a fact. So we've made a lot of progress. We've come a long way. Listen, we've still got, although we're in a good run of form and we've been picking up points pretty regularly, we've still got many aspects of our game that we have to and will improve in the future. But any successful team is built on a solid foundation and a solid base of defending well. And because we are organised and we don't concede many goals, that gives you a chance to get points in every game. And that's what we've been doing now for pretty much since the second week in January. And the players deserve so much credit for that, because not only have they been in good form, but we've been doing it with a hell of a lot of pressure on us, and the way that they've stuck together. And I mean, the penalty goes against us there today, and I said to them after the game, they deserve that little bit of luck, because we've had a Stonewall penalty turned down here against Tamworth. On Johnny Margetts, we had a Stonewall penalty turned down against Banbury at the weekend. We've had things go against us, and it's easy to feel sorry for yourselves, but the lads have stuck together, they've kept working hard, and if you do that in life, you get that little bit of luck when you need it. And thankfully today John has gone the right way, he saved it, and it's another big 3 points for us. You
go against Saturday, Peterborough Sports here. Yeah. No resting on your laurels. You've made that clear.
Absolutely. We need to keep fighting for every point. There's 6 still to play for, and we need to try and get as many of them as we can. Until it's mathematically sorted. I'm not going to stand here and say that we're home and dry, because I've said in the past, 2 or 3 weeks, I think we're close, and every credit to half a dozen teams in that bottom section of the league, because of the form of Rusholl, Darlington, in particular, them 2 teams has been outstanding. But our form's been outstanding as well. So until it's mathematically done, we won't be resting.
A couple of absentees tonight. Kean and Ben. What's the situation with the pair of them?
Kean had a scan yesterday. He's got an issue with his AC joint, so he's going to be out for the season, and for a short amount of time. Similar injury to what Tommy Dixon-Odjad, and that was quite a lengthy one. So it's a blow for Keane because I think he's just one of many players who's come on so much in the 6 months since I came here. I think his confidence, his mentality, his quality have come on leaps and bounds, and he's been performing really well. So I'm gutted for him on a personal note, but he's a good lad and he's professional in his work, so he'll do everything he needs to do to get himself back right. Ben just picked up a little nick in training before the Banbury game, and just wasn't feeling quite right to be involved. So that's why he's obviously not been involved.
And is he likely to perhaps miss Saturday as well?
I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see how it settles down. It's a bit of a niggly one, so it's not settled down too much since the weekend. So we'll just see how he is on Thursday and then go from there.
Ross Barrows, you've got him now for the last 3 games if you include tonight.
Yeah.
Is he? You've got him for the rest of the season. Is he somebody you'd like to bring in next season if you could? I mean, how do you look at that?
Well, you've got to be respectful because he's contracted to Scunthorpe. But I've studied here before and I said I've been nothing but impressed with him since he came in, and he's a top lad. I mean, he took a hefty whack on Saturday when he came on for Keane. And to be fair, you'd probably touch and go whether he was, probably up till the middle of the afternoon today. We didn't know if he was going to be well enough to play, but he should take whacks more often if he's going to play like that. But that just epitomises for me what type of lad and character we've got now, right throughout the team. Because there were one or two others there, not JC struggling half time with his calf, managed to get through it, and that's just what lads are doing. But regarding Ross, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.